Welcome back, guys, to Monster Hunter Double Cross, or now it's called Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, baby. Oh, yeah. So, the West, I could say, finally got their Monster Hunter game. I mean, we did get Monster Hunter World because, you know, that was a worldwide title, but considering how, I wouldn't say bad, how poorly Monster Hunter Double Cross did in Japan with the sales, they were, I wouldn't say risky enough, but they were curious enough to release Monster Hunter Double Cross, translated now into Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, to the West. And I was a little pissed on my own part because I was already making videos for Monster Hunter Double Cross. I was like, oh man, English, yay, that's cool, but I had to start all over again because they have no transfer data transfers for the Switch to the Switch. I mean, on your, you know, just on your one console, or whatever you want to call it, a hybrid of some sort. And the Gypceros is going to be our monster we're going to be fighting. Because, if I recall, I did Tetsukabra, I did the Great Macau, I did the Nibblesnarf, the Daimyo Hermitor, and that was it. So, we're doing Gypceros now, which Gypceros is one of the original monsters from the franchise. It dated back all the way from the first game, which was honestly a really interesting one, considering we only went up to rarity. Well, not that. The sharpness only went to green, which is kind of interesting. I'm like, man, old times must be boring and stuff, but you gotta respect your elders, per se. But Gypceros was a monster that was there from the start. It was one of those monsters that, from my assumption, it surprised a lot of people on what it could do. Play dead, you know, steal stuff from you, and it uses flash with its nice little flash hammer on the top of its head, which I can get out easily. You probably hear it. You hear me clicking my controller, and it also has poison that it spits out of his mouth. And its body is made out of rubber, which is kind of weird, considering a monster made out of rubber is even a thing, but it is, of course. And I am using the Ketchawacha set with a Cerigrios longsword. I don't know the specific name because I'm not the most intellectual, so it's the Naga Edge. I got Constitution, Stamina Recovery up, and Negate Bind. Negate Bind is basically if you go into Snowman. That sounded very blunt. Whenever you get hit by a monster that has like mud effects or like binding effects like Snowman or something like that, it negates that. So you'll, instead of being snowmanned or trapped in mud, you'll just get hit by it, and that's it. And you'll get up. That's it. Stamina Recovery, I believe it was called. Basically, you can see when I run, I'm taking less stamina. I'm not, you know, taking a whole shitload of stamina. And I got another skill, which is Constitution, which whenever I evade, I don't take too much stamina. As you can see, I can roll a bunch of times while sharpening my Cerigrios longsword, which is fantastic. I can practically get this thing to blue again, like you see. It's fantastic. It's a nice feature to have on this weapon. I'm just going to town at this Gypceros while talking to you guys, but hey, that's what I do. Commentary and playing the game. That's the importance of these Let's Plays. Well, and having fun, of course, while pissing off the Gypceros. It's kind of funny to see newcomers when they fight Gypceroses, or Gypceroses, I don't know. Whenever they fight a Gypceros, and when it plays dead, a lot of players, especially myself when I faced this the first time, back in, I would say Freedom, I believe? Freedom or Freedom 2. Can't recall which one. But yeah, I started at an early date in Monster Hunter. So I've been playing for quite a long time. But when I first seen it play that, I was like, whoa, that's not right. Because usually when you kill a monster, you get that end screen little thing. So I was kind of skeptical. And then I just stood there, and I was like, I was like standing near the fucking thing, and then it just jumped, it just like started spazzing out. I was like, what the fuck? Like I was having a heart attack.
This maze is so hard.
you know, and you know, till this day there are people that still experience that jump scare from the Gypceros, which I find pretty hilarious, to be honest. It's just a funny feature the Gypceros had back then and still has today. It's really iconic. So, I mean, I'd really like to see this monster in world as where it would fit. I believe it would be perfect in the Rotten Vale, considering how dark, damp that place is and how ugly it is. Like, as when I mean ugly, it just looks ew. And then we got the Sakura Slash. Another thing to tell if he's about to get up, look at his flash hammer. His flash hammer will blink. See? I broke it off, but he's going to get up right now. And when that thing, the flash hammer will blink rapidly. And that indicates he's going to get up as soon as possible. You got to be careful on that. And since he doesn't have a flash hammer right now, he's a little stupid. He don't realize that. And it's like, oh shit, it didn't work. And there you go. That is the Gypceros. I'm sorry if I did use high rank gear in a SHAREfactory weapon. By the way, this SHAREfactory weapon is a level 1, so it was eh. But as far as the armor goes, I wasn't going to get killed. My apologies. I usually don't die anyways. But I'm not sure. I haven't played Double Cross or Generations Ultimate in a while. There's so many monsters, I can't even remember if there is a purple Gypceros in this game. I think there is, I'm not sure. Because if I recall, they did take out some subspecies. Like, they don't have the Berserk Tetsukabra, and I actually like the Berserk Tetsukabra. But this is the swamp map. I believe, if I recall, it was an original map in Monster Hunter G. Or just Monster Hunter, if you want to call it, in the American version. This was one of the original maps, and it's really iconic because it also houses Gravios at times as well, which is another big monster you will see later on in my Let's Plays and stuff. So, that was the end of the Gypceros. I know it was pretty anticlimactic. It was just like, yeah, I just killed him, and you know. But you get basic stuff like Gypceros webbings. You can get the head too as well. I believe you can get some other things like light crystals. Light crystals are very important. You can get poison sacks. Light crystals are important because in the low end of the game, when you first start off, light crystals are a pain in the ass to get sometimes. And you get also the rubbery hide, further stating that this monster is made out of rubber, which is kind of weird. So you can call it a rubber chicken. Hey. So anyways, that is that, and that was the Gypceros fight. That was a low rank. I'm probably going to, per se, jump to high rank, because where the high rank I am right now has these monsters. So it can be a little bit more lengthy. Unless you guys like it short, like this, short and sweet, about 8 minutes, then I should keep it like this. Until I actually get to the newer monsters, then I'm forced to play in those ranks, like high rank. Because I know Diablos is in high rank and stuff, so those type of monsters. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.